everyone. Welcome to the third episode of JAC'D Up, this time with the teachers.
Hi.
And we'll be talking about many things, right? Including our job here at JAC.
Yes.
And also about our experiences in both studying and also teaching, right?
Absolutely.
And many.
Okay.
Okay, shall we have a bit of introduction then? Let's start from the most senior here.
Why so? What do you mean by the most senior here? Hi guys, my name is Miss Yasmin. So I'm the center coordinator of Jakarta Academic College Kuningan. So basically, you will meet me, and then yes, you are welcome to come to me for anything that you need. And while I was graduated since I think more than 20 years ago, I guess. Okay. Coming from Pajajaran University in Bandung, if you notice, with major biology, and then continue my master degree in Bogor, like I think 2 years ago. Well, that's about me. How about you, Miss Kay?
So, hi everyone, my name is Kezia and I'm the student affairs. So basically, if you want to go to the university, you have to go pass through me. So I graduated from a university, a Catholic university in Yogyakarta. It's a, what is that? Kind of like very famous in Yogyakarta, but maybe not here. It's University of Sanata Dharma. And also I graduated in 2021. Yeah, it was kind of long ago. And I continued my master degree in Universitas Kristen Duta Wacana, also in Yogyakarta, but I took different major. And I have just graduated last year.
Last year.
Yes.
The youngest of all.
Yeah.
So I was quite the middle child here, I think. All right.
Okay.
So my name is Miss Navila. My role is actually a teacher here, specifically English teacher, right? So I teach EAP, A-level English language, and also English proficiency course, right? I studied English education in my undergrad, okay, at the State University of Jakarta. And then I continued my master's degree in the University of Manchester, UK. Same thing, majoring in, English education, TESOL, basically, yeah. This is the point that maybe should be discussed, right? Why those universities and why that major? Shall we listen from the most recently
Yes, of
graduates?
course. Yes, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, I changed my majors. So previously I took English education in bachelor degree. I choose the university because of the location. Because I don't know, my parents wouldn't want me to go far away from them. Previously, I got an offer from a university in Surabaya, but they were like, I don't think you could go there because it's kind of like far away from us. So that's why I choose a university in Yogyakarta. And the major is because I think English is quite like in general for every field, so that I could continue to the other major. If I would like to change my job, then it could be more flexible.
Yeah.
You said before that you were changing the major, right?
Yes.
So in the beginning, at the first.
So my first option was hospitality business.
Oh.
Yeah, my actual dream is to
New
become
fun fact.
become a student. Not a student affair, but it's totally different. But it's still service field. It's yes, it's a tour leader. I would want to go all around the world with money though.
Oh.
Vacation
quite-
all day.
Yes, that's my.
All year.
Yeah, I would want to take pictures of the plane window, and I said that this is my office window. But I cannot do that.
How about Miss Yasmin? Because Miss Yasmin is studying science, right? Like the
Yeah.
only one.
Yeah, totally different from us.
Both
Yeah.
social kids. Yeah.
Honestly speaking, biology never come up on my mind at the first place. That's the fact. Okay, so a long time, well, it's already like 20 years ago, so a long time ago, once upon a time. Okay?
Once upon a time.
Right? Once upon a time, the major that I really want is medicine. Back to 2004, I guess. Yeah, back to 2004. However, yeah, I already becoming the ancient one. Okay, with all the dinosaurs at that time.
I was 4 then.
I already go to the okay. I'm the dinosaur here. Okay.
Nadia was not even here in the world.
Okay, so I'm the dinosaurs here. Anyway, back to 2004, there was still a limit in information about studying abroad
Right.
because there was no social media. Even Facebook wasn't born yet at that time. So what we got is because I went to the public state high school at that time, and then of course you cannot compare like what we done in GA College, in Jakarta Academy College, like every month once or even every week once. The abroad university will come to us and then give the information. You cannot expect it on 2004. Okay, so long story short, I just want to go to medicine. However, it was expensive, and then my parents cannot afford it, and also the information about scholarship is also limited at that time compared with what being provided by GA College. And then what come up on my mind, so I choose biology like about one day before the exam. So go to the public state university back to 2004. There is only one way, which is you just need to join what do we call in Indonesia SPMB at that time, seleksi penerimaan mahasiswa baru. So just one day before the day of the exam, I choose biology. Just like, which one should I choose? Just biology lah. With the reason because it is the closer major with medicine.
I see.
That was the reason actually. But then when I joined the biology, okay, it's 180-degree different. Why? Because if you think that biology is only study about living organism, just forget about it. Okay, because I thought it will be close enough with the medicine, but thanks to it is close enough with the environment engineering.
Oh.
That's why, so coming from medicine, becoming the environment engineering. Anyway, how about Miss Navila?
Oh yeah. So, believe it or not, I think I have this dream of becoming a teacher since I was probably still in primary school. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when I think I remember writing this point exactly in my scholarship essay that when, for example, kids your age, like when you ask them, okay, what do you want to be in the future? Then most of them will say, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be, president, stuff like that. And probably I was the only one saying that, oh, I want to be a teacher back then. So I don't know why. Maybe I think I was inspired by someone, like a teacher back then in my kindergarten, I think. Yeah. She was a really, how would I describe it? Like very nurturing person, right? I really love the way she, taught us and like the way she nurtured us, the way she, she was really patient with me and everyone, right? Imagine a 4 5 year old kids. Like, ooh, we were all very loud, very messy here and there, right? But she was still very patient. And I think that's the first moment I said, oh, I want to be like that Miss.
Ah.
I still remember her name though. Like her name is Ibu Nur.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was the first moment that I felt like, oh, I want to be a teacher. I wanted to be a teacher. Of course, like maybe when I grew older, like around my teenage years, things happen and they also my dreams also slightly change here and there. I once also thought of being a doctor at some point, maybe somewhere in junior high, I think.
Okay.
I don't know why. Suddenly I said, I think I wanted to be a doctor. I think with my scores, I think I could go to science. That's only when I was in junior high. But then suddenly it moved again to going back to be a teacher. But it wasn't really an English teacher though. I was not interested in English at all.
So why
at
English then?
So
Why English then?
my interest was more in Arabic language back then because I studied
Okay.
in like Islamic boarding school, right? So my dream university was Al Azhar University in Cairo, Egypt.
Wow.
That was my dream
Okay.
university. From our boarding school, we kind of have, I'm not really sure what to call that, but it's something like when you get into the top 20 graduates, for example, so you automatically get the tickets to go to the Al Azhar University without having to go through the, high school again. Yeah. The problem is my parents, like Mrs. Min said. So my parents really didn't allow me to go. Why? First of all, it's too far. They
Oh,
said,
okay.
"Oh, Cairo is like too far. Egypt is like too far." Of course, it has something to do with the money as well, right? I mean, it's not easy traveling here and there. If things come up, if something happened, how could I just go, book the ticket and all? It's not easy, right? It's not easy. So that's why my parents specifically asked me to just study in Jakarta.
That was what
A
happened to me
public
as well.
university, and the closest that I can get, I couldn't even stay in like a boarding house like cost. They didn't really allow me, right? Even when I said, oh, I wanted to try UI, but UI is quite far, right, in Depok, so I live quite far in Bekasi. So the closest public university that I could reach, like by going back and forth, was UNJ, State University of Jakarta. That's why, because it's in Rawamangun, right? It's not too far. That's why I tried to apply there. I think I joined the SNMPTN as well. And the other selection, I can't remember what it's called. So the choice, because I wasn't really sure, I feel like what was the choice that I could at least catch up. So I just randomly chose English education, and the second one was something in social science. I can't remember. I really cannot remember.
So basically, we are quite similar, kan?
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't even remember my second choice. But it's in SNMPTN. I think I also tried another uni, right? With was it? I can't remember. Was it Unpad or UI? But it was in communication studies. That's my second option
I
on top
see.
of the English education. So turns out, yeah, okay. I got the first choice, which was English education. And I just found out later that in that year, our English department was, quite competitive. Was quite competitive. I just found out later, right? But then, after I graduated, I had like maybe about 2 years of work. Then I tried to find scholarship hunting, basically, until I found out. Actually, my lecturer advised me, can you try applying to LPDP, Indonesia Endowment Fund for Education by Ministry of Finance, right? So, you know what my first choice was back then. I tried to apply to University of Indonesia, applied linguistics, majoring in applied linguistics, and then I don't know why back then, but I think this is what I thought. Oh, okay, I still wanted to study with a scholarship, still around here in Indonesia, so that I can still work and all, and all stuff like that. Because if I applied, and if I applied maybe outside of Indonesia, maybe my chance is not as big. That's my thought back then. I wasn't really confident, maybe. Yeah, I wasn't really confident until one day on my way home. I think I was with a friend of mine. I still remember it was in the train KRL, and then he was like this, Kak, like, why don't you try applying to university abroad? If it is, with a scholarship anyway, why not? And I was like, I don't think I could make it. And then he was like, no, you could. So that friend is actually the one who encouraged me to try applying to a university abroad. And after researching here and there, the one that aligned with my major is in TESOL mostly. Actually, I applied to 3 universities in the UK. Why UK? Why UK? Well, majoring in English, right? So that's why I thought UK should be the country, right? Should be the one. If you're asking me, we still have US and Australia. I don't know why I wasn't really interested in going to Australia back then, but I did have an interest in going to the US. So I applied to 3 universities in the UK. University of Manchester, that was my first choice because their TESOL program was the oldest in the UK.
Okay.
And then also, I think the community is quite diverse there. So I heard it's more Muslim friendly as well, right? We've got options of halal food and stuff like that. So I think my life would be easier. And then the city, Manchester, although it is also a big city, but at least it's not as expensive as say London. But I did try the 2 universities that I tried are in London as well. I tried applying to UCL, University College London. Why? Because it was number 1 for education worldwide back then. The rank is like the highest for education. And then the other one was KCL, King's College London. So here the rank is also quite high. I can't remember exactly, but like these two are also the top 10 or 20, I think, in the world. Nah, so I tried 3 of them. I got conditional offer from these 2, but then I had deadline from my scholarship awarding body, right? That's why I came back to my first option because London, I heard about the living cost and all.
Right.
It's quite pricey. I did get the living allowance, but then I've tried to research from like a friend who already studied in London. They said if you want to get a flat, a student apartment near the campus, then it's very pricey. It's very pricey. So even the living allowance that we get maybe would be spent mostly on that. If we want to get a more affordable one, then we have to go like farther, maybe like ring 2, ring 3, maybe, right? So I went back to my first option, University of Manchester. That's why. Oh, it's a long story, I think.
You know
Too
what?
long.
You know what? I thought you choose Manchester because of the football
Oh,
club.
fun fact, I'm not a fan of football actually. I mean, I do enjoy watching them from time to time, but I'm not really like a football fan actually. I mean, so people go crazy over Manchester United, Manchester City. I did get to watch them when I studied there, but it wasn't because I was into them, I was just lucky, I think. I got like cheap tickets from the student union and all.
Okay, so I would like to ask Miss Yasmin actually. During my first week of uni, there was like orientation week, right? For 3 days or something before I started my class. But I would like to know whether Miss Yasmin also has that during that time or not.
Okay, believe it or not, I have it for 1 year. Everyone.
year?
A year?
1 year. Yeah, a year. A year of, we call it like, at that time, ospec. Right, long time ago. Again, it was 20 years ago. So you cannot compare it with the situation nowadays. No, you cannot. So basically, like what I mentioned before, I thought in the beginning it will be looks like a medicine program. Turns to it looks like the environment engineering program. Okay, so well, in the first week of university, since I was always close to my mom and also to my family, so I can say that I never went out at night, even went out like for hours outside for no, I never do that. Yeah, well, you can say that. You can see from my appearance, right? I'm a good girl at that
Are you
time.
Cinderella by any chance?
So, but basically because I was too close with my mom and my family, it was a big challenge for me for the first week of university. Why? Well, you can say like a girl that always close to the family, just living alone in Bandung. Okay, living alone in Bandung area. And then for the orientation, of course, it needs several things to be prepared. Like, and fun fact, I don't like sports at all. Okay, I don't like sports at all. However, my campus, my university was in the mountain, if I can say. Okay, so yes, Pajajaran is located in the mountain in Sumedang. So it is. So fun fact, I reduced my weight for about, my weight was 75. Yeah, when I was However, 1 year after my first year in university, my weight becoming 55.
So if you want to lose weight,
So even if you really want to lose weight, you should consider a campus that located in the mountain. Because back to 2004, there was no proper transportation in the campus. So the choices for the students were only walking or take a bus, a university bus, which it was only one bus. Okay, there was only one bus, and then so many college students were fight for the bus. Yes, I can say fight for the bus. Yeah, until some of us just take a walk, and then the view also nice. There was a lot of green. What I can say is, it's like up to now, yeah. I mean, like up to now in Pajajaran University, there was still a lot of tree, and then the air also fresh. That's what helped me actually to think clearly. I mean, like during the lesson, because it is like in the mountain, in the middle of the mountain, which still a fresh air and with all green. What do we call it? Green view. Yeah, the green view. And fun fact, even though we were studying, let's say I was taking microbiology back to that time, and then even though we are surrounded by, let's say, a lot of green view, but I was never going out from my laboratorium, okay? Because what do you expect? Studying microbiology? No, you are stay in your laboratorium for about, I think 3 days, because I was studying bacteria. So if you are interested in taking microbiology, you really need to get common with your laboratorium, including sleeping in your laboratorium.
So 3 days means you slept there?
Yes.
Oh, with the bacteria?
Yes.
The bacteria.
Yeah. So you know what? Well, when I realize it nowadays, when I teaching biology, right? I am teaching biology by now, and then when I realize it, all of the syllabus, like the way that I teach, okay, this is exactly what I've been experienced with long time ago, and then even I said to my students like, you know what? A long time ago, I was farming the bacteria. Farming, yeah. Yeah, I can say it like it's like you will grow the bacteria for as your sample from your sample, right? And then you are testing the bacteria, and then you need to have a suitable amount of bacteria for you to test all of those series of tests. That's why I said farming many colonies of bacteria.
So they're like your babies.
Yes, they were. Yeah. And then they were so cute. And then the most important thing is, why so cute? Because they never complain, everyone.
Yeah.
Because even though they complain, we don't know their language, right?
Yes, right. How is their language actually?
That's why I don't even understand. Because the way that I can see is just, okay, the colony looks like a flower. Yeah, some bacteria has colony looks like a flower. And then the colony, it's transparent, and then it's nice, but it is deadly. Yes, there are a lot of those kind of bacteria. Anyway, Miss Kezia, that was my first week of uni. Okay, but it's quite, if I can say, interesting, and as for me, during my whole lifetime, studying in university during my bachelor degree, in my opinion, was the best. I mean, like, back again, because I was a child that never apart from my mom and my family, living alone, becoming like a new experience. A new experience where you can learn to decide everything based on your consideration, based on your own consideration. As simple as, let us say, which restaurant or which there was no restaurant sih, there was rumah makan ya.
Which warteg?
Which warteg dah?
Food stalls.
So which food stall should I take? And then my mom was very tough with me. So she was just send me a very limited pocket money back to 2004. And she said, okay, this amount of money, it must be fit for 1 month. It's already include your meals for 3 times a day, including all of the literature that you need to find, including your quota.
I cannot imagine.
And then you know how much it is?
How much is
It was 600,000 rupiah
per month?
per month.
Oh, yours was actually better than mine.
So how about you? How is your, actually, I'm curious also, in Manchester, how was your first week of
Wait.
your uni?
I was talking when I said, "Oh, yours is better than mine." That was
The bachelor degree.
bachelor degree.
Okay, so how about your experience?
so actually, like I said, my parents didn't really allow me to, stay in like a boarding house or stuff like that. So maybe my second year, I was still going back and forth. Like from Bekasi to Rawamangun, right? But then I think the turning point was after completing semester 4. So I was quite active in like activities, like for example, competitions. I was in debate competitions, like debate society, right? And also joined some other activities during my first uni life. And I actually got, say, prizes, like incentives, stuff like that. So I think when one day I won a competition and I brought a laptop home.
Okay.
So my parents were like, "Huh? Where did you get that laptop from?" I won this prize. I said, "Really? Like from where?" And stuff like that. I was like, I explained everything. "Oh yeah, I got this from this. And then I think maybe starting from that point, they started to trust me. So they probably didn't trust me before that.
Okay.
Yeah. They actually let me stay in a boarding house in semester 5. That's when I only maybe went back home during the weekend, maybe like Saturday, right? So I got 100,000 per week.
But we saw more
Per
or
week.
less
So in a month,
400,000.
400. Yeah, of course. That's excluding my costs. They paid for it separately, of course.
Yeah,
That's only
of
for
course.
my pocket money.
Still doesn't make sense.
Still, right? In Jakarta. Well,
Yes.
what year was it again? 2000 and maybe around 2012-ish or 13.
Okay, yeah, it's just
Yeah, exactly. But luckily, like I said, because I was quite active with like competition and stuff, yeah, I got money out of it.
so.
I actually got money. That's why.
So if you want the competition, the way that I did was, I was hired by the lecturer to become the assistant lecturer, right? And then what shocked my mom was I bought like 3 handphones for her. Okay, using
These girls.
I mean, like she was like quite shocked. Where did you get the money? I work with my lecturer, becoming the assistant lecturer. It's being paid, and then
right.
and then also I joined some project from my lecturer, of course. And then I shared with my students, of course, nowadays. So let's say it will become a great opportunity as well for all of you later when you go to university. Join your lecturer project.
Yes, exactly.
That's the hint for you. Okay, you can get the money.
Right.
That's the first one.
The experience.
Experience as well. And then the third one is you will become the apple of your lecturer's eyes.
Yeah, and
Okay.
that's good.
Yes, and then for a project, academic project, research project coming from your lecturer, you will being paid very well.
Yeah.
Oops.
They can all go to your CV, right?
Yes, of course.
So that would boost your employability as well.
Yeah, so it will be. I mean, like depends on your program. I mean, like that's why actually becoming. Back to 2008 and 2007, I was a researcher. To be precise, a microbiology researcher. But if you are asking me, I don't even know why I end up as a teacher.
So we've already compared our pocket money, our allowance, right? How about you, Miss Keisha?
Yeah.
You seem shocked with
Yeah,
ours.
With our pocket money.
I don't know. Maybe that was because of the year.
Oh yeah,
Right.
She's the youngest.
Inflation.
So yeah.
That happened when I was in the first week of the university. I think that was around 2017. Yeah, that's still good.
2017.
The economy is still good. Yeah, during that time.
Good.
Yeah, before COVID and everything.
yeah,
So okay. During that time, I believe my mom gave me like weekly money instead of monthly. She always did that since I was in high school. She always gave me like weekly, and I remember she gave me around 300,000 for a week.
Wow.
Wow.
But
Okay.
I never spent all of the money. So I saved half of the money, the pocket money. Yeah, more or less half or around 100,000. Yeah, I save it, but I use that for concert. I'm sorry. No, that's okay.
Did your mom know this?
Oops.
My mom came with me to the concert,
okay.
so that's fine.
Okay, that's fine then.
Okay. So maybe for a bachelor degree, we were like still very young, right?
Yes.
How about the masters then? Like maybe is there any difference, Miss, with your first year in bachelor degree versus in master's degree?
Oh yeah, if I return back. So my master degree, I was taking it in Pakuan University in Bogor for education in biology. And I took my master degree more or less 16 years
After?
after my graduate. After I was graduate from Pajajaran. So if for master degree, I can say that looks like it's, well, the analogy is like this. So you already do all of the practical, because I've been teaching for about 12 years back to the first time I joined my master degree. So it seems like you already do all of the practical, all of the experiment, all of the research about education, about teaching, about learning, about everything. And then and all of the thing that being taught back to 2022, it's you already know all of it. So you just, it seems like you just grab the certificate, the master degree certificate, along with you for the official one. But however, if you are asking me, yes, I also learn about many things, many new things actually. Like more to, well, I've been experienced like teaching biology in international curriculum since 2009. 1 year after I was graduate from my bachelor degree, and then I keep on teaching biology for international curriculum. And then when I was in my master degree, finally, they keep on like stimulate me to find what's the difference. What's the difference between we can say the national syllabus with the international syllabus, speaking about biology. And then since they keep on stimulating me, finally I can find the difference. The difference about teaching the national syllabus with the international syllabus. And thanks to that was my product. So my master degree product was about, I tried to create like the assessment for the national curriculum. However, it is the new assessment for many of national teacher actually, because I was doing the research also for One Indonesia. So my sample was about like 50 biology teacher all across Indonesia.
Wow.
And then to find out what's the challenge that they face about the education, and then how to cope with it. And then I try to do, of course, because I was creating the assessment, so my master degree product more to the assessment for national curriculum in biology. So I test it for about I think like 10 school. Okay, so that's why I mean, like, of course, for master degree, the field will be also different. By the way, before was my experience, right? When I went to my master degree. Now, I'm curious about you, Miss Nafila, because in bachelor degree you work in Indonesia, right?
Yes.
And then during your master degree you moved to Manchester. I believe that there will be a lot of difference.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So how about, I mean, like back to that time, how was you cope with all of those difference?
Well, actually, if I have to say the first thing that changed, like, the first time I went there, my struggle was with the weather.
Okay.
The weather.
It always rain, yeah?
Well, I went there around end of August. So I think, because we started in September, right? We started in September. I think the summer was over already. It was autumn already, right? And in Jakarta, maybe it was around 30 something degrees Celsius, right? The temperature. And then once I landed in Manchester airport, I remember, I think it was around 16 degrees. And honestly, that was my first experience going abroad. I had no experience going abroad before that, even just going to, nearby countries. So the temperature dropped right? The temperature dropped really, really significantly. Like it was very hot in Jakarta, and then once I landed, it was suddenly 16 degrees, and my whole skin crack.
Oh my god.
No, it was for real. It was for real. Like it cracks, especially here around my mouth. I know it was just 16, right? But I don't know
Right.
why my skin really reacted to that. Maybe because I was never used to the low temperature. AC is a different thing, right? Air conditioner, it's different. Even actually, I never set my air con to 16. Okay. So that was the first struggle I had, and it does have huge impact on me because it did feel hurt. It did feel hurt, and we had to deal with the almost gloomy weather every day on our first arrival because it started. I think it was already fall, right? It was already fall, September, right? All the way, it just rain, 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 rain. Till December, January, it snowed a bit, maybe like only a few days during the winter. So I remember that day when we first came. We had we've already booked our accommodation, right? However, I think we couldn't directly go into the accommodation, but thankfully we have the PPI. PPI is like the students Indonesian Students Association in the UK, and I think in other countries as well. They have it, and they're really helpful. Like we were very lucky because me and my friend, a friend of mine, we went to the same uni, and we were really supported by our seniors in Pepe UK back then. They gave us, a room to stay while waiting for the procedures and stuff like that. We haven't created our UK bank account back then, so we could only use our, card from Indonesia. And yeah, we struggle. Our first struggle was that actually. But then once we settled in, like we managed to finish all the contract stuff with our accommodation, the student flat and all. We were quite okay, I think, in the first few weeks. And student event, like, what was that called? Something like student orientation week, basically. It wasn't anything like what we had in Indonesia, I would say. So in our, say, bachelor degree, undergrad, most of us needed to wear things like, black and white, and then with the accessories, stuff like that. And then we had to line up. Did you get to experience that?
Well, a long time ago, I need to wear like a uniform, see.
Yeah, like
My high
black and
school,
white.
no, my high school uniform.
Oh, high school uniform.
No, I didn't do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was it only me? Was it only me? So I went through like, well, it wasn't that harsh, but I think it was quite military style.
Right.
You had to line up, and then your senior kind of scolded you,
Yeah.
this and that, and we had to wear the accessories and, something.
The large name tag.
Yeah, exactly. Like the name tag made of box in a carton.
that one.
So I went through that during my orientation week in bachelor degree in Jakarta, but I didn't need to go through that in the university in the UK. If maybe you may think that, oh, maybe it's because it's masters. Not really. Even I witnessed the the undergrad students, they didn't go through that as well. So the orientation week, as far as I remember, it looked more like a bazaar. Yeah, and then they had food stalls, and they also have clubs.
Oh, so more like an open house.
Yeah, so they have like a representative from different student clubs. They're actually promoting their
I
clubs,
see.
stuff like
Open
that.
days.
Yeah, so I think it was quite interesting. Nothing intimidating. Intimidating. Okay. The seniors, the students are very welcoming. They're very friendly. So I didn't really have, difficulties adjusting with that. However, once we actually got into the class, I see some differences in the way we have our system in Indonesia versus the one that at least I went through in the UK, specifically my major. So I think when I was in Jakarta in Indonesia, most of the lectures were held in like a big class consisting of probably more than 30 students in one class, right? And it's very lecture style. What I mean by lecture style is like it's mostly teacher led.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we were asked to do a presentation on this and that sometimes, but other than that, we are mostly just like sitting in line and the teachers in front of us like that. So the class setting in my major, at least TESOL, it was like how would I say it's more like FGD kind of style. So we have this table here, table here, table here, and here. So we always sit with maybe around 6 to 7 people, like together, like that, like round table, you know, this group, that group, that group. So we always sit in groups like that, basically. And whenever we came into the class, usually they've already assigned us some pre-reading materials, and during the class, we were actually asked to discuss something based on our pre-reading materials. So we should go to the class prepared. It's not like, you know, we just come and listen. They didn't really, let us to simply sit and listen, basically. So we're given some pre-tasks, I would say. Usually it's pre-reading. And then after that, in the classroom, they ask us to discuss some issues, some topics, cases like that. And then we mostly had discussions, right? And then at the end, the professors, the lectures are actually wrapping up. And then that's when they start to, give that lecture style. But it didn't really take that long because I think they gave us more time to do our, case study. That's the big difference that I saw, right? At least more like it's not really small class, I would say, because it's quite maybe 20-ish people in one class, but even the sitting layout is different, and it gives us more opportunity to share with each other. That's I think the big difference about learning setting or learning style.
Right. Okay. Nah, how about Miss Kezia about your struggle in master degree, right?
Maybe the struggle would be because of the thing that I have worked before. Like I had work in one of international school for 2 years, and then I started the master degree. So that feels like I have to be a student again instead of being a teacher. So that during that time, I kind of like humble myself to receive something new. I changed my major. Previously, it was a bachelor degree for bachelor of education in English. But then for the master, I took master of management. So that changed it, and of course, there are a lot of things that I have never known before. The setting is for business, so that actually I learned about business marketing. Yeah, the master. Yeah. So it's more like the struggle is because I have to receive something, and then I started like, I could do something better than this lecture. That's the thing that I have struggled at, my own ego as a teacher, looking at the lecture, and of course during the matriculation, because the thing that I changed my major, I had to go through the matriculation week for not week but a month that I had to take it. Of course, that I need to adjust my time to actually work on the courseworks again, and the thing that I should start all over again. Yeah, that would be the struggle. But mostly in the class, I kind of enjoy it because the thing that master degree in Indonesia kind of like prepare you to for the work setting. You have to work first, then you could think of the things that you can work on your work setting. Like they will ask me. So what are you working at? Where are you working at? What major you take previously, and currently what is your job, and is there anything that you can do with the degree for now? So that's the struggle. It's totally different because I work in a school setting. I also work in a part-time as a part-time teacher, and during that time, I had to shift my idea from being a teacher and also a businesswoman.
Yes.
So that's kind of
business woman.
yeah, not really a businesswoman, but I am trying to help my parents work. Yeah.
So you're basically shifting, right?
Yeah.
And do you regret that decision? I mean, like you're changing from teaching education
Into
to
business management.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. There was a time where when I start questioning why did I take this. But later on, especially currently, I started to realize that there's nothing wrong with learning or receiving knowledge. It would be applicable in any cases or any time. I mean, we cannot really predict when we can use the knowledge, but at the end of the day, we will always need that knowledge.
I mean, like, that's the fact, right? Every person is different, right?
Yeah.
And then you need to be able to understand their needs. What's their
Yes.
Okay. Let's have a bit of controversial topic now.
Controversial.
What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that studying abroad is always better? Yes or no?
Depends.
Depends.
Depends. That's the
Depends.
safest answer. Safest.
I mean, it depends on where you're studying. If you're studying abroad, but in Universitas Ruko, I'm sorry, I'm not shading anyone. Please don't make me go viral. I'm sorry.
As for me, it will depends on you actually. Depends on the students itself. I mean, like, even though you are studying in local university, but let's say you can get you involve yourself more, and then you got let's say you try to learn a lot of things more. Well, both of my university for bachelor and also master degree, both of them were in Indonesia. However, especially for the second one, for the master degree, I challenge myself more and more until I become the speaker for the international conference for teachers 2 times, one in Japan and another in Bogor. So it will return back to the student.
Yeah. I also got a chance to join a student conference in South Korea for a week, and that was from my university, from Universitas Sanata Dharma. That must be a very good chance. If you actually want to develop yourself, you could find a lot of opportunities there. There are also student exchange.
Yeah.
I believe there are still more. Even now, the chance to get it is like wider. Even during my time, there are student exchange or where you can change the KKN into a program overseas. So you have to stay in Thailand for like a month to change the KKN. That's a good thing. So it depends again. That's a good point from Miss Yasmin. Yep.
How about
Well, if you're thinking about knowledge, you could literally get it from anywhere, right? Anywhere, whether it's in Indonesia or in other countries. But for me, what makes it better, in my opinion, is not really about the learning materials and stuff. I mean, I know that many research fields are quite advanced in other countries. Let's say for research paper articles, we have quite more or variety of resources in say university abroad, for example. It doesn't mean that in Indonesia we don't have it, no, but we do. I mean, I have to admit that, for example, I also teach in a private university, right, in Faculty of Medicine, and I have to admit that they still need more access on their research from like universities abroad, for example. Maybe because in Indonesia, the cases were not really, fully researched yet. Stuff like that actually exists. So, not saying that Indonesia is lacking, but maybe in terms of some science, research and stuff like that. Not just science, maybe other subjects as well. Maybe we still rely on papers, journal articles from like universities abroad.
Right.
That's at least what I witnessed.
Maybe also the technology is more advanced.
Yeah, that's the fact.
The technology. Yeah, I mean, in terms of knowledge now, it's more accessible at least, right? Now, even if you study in Indonesia, you still get access to journals from, worldwide. Right, so that's why even if you do study here, you still get the chance to develop yourself more, not just limiting yourself to Indonesia only. You can still like be part of like global society as well, like students as well, in terms of learning material, research, and stuff like that. However, for me, what makes it actually more interesting to study abroad is beyond the learning material itself. Okay, for me, getting exposed to other countries is something that you cannot really say it's a small thing,
Right.
Yeah, it is something invaluable in my opinion. Why? Because you actually need to deal with, variety of people. So the diversity, and also different languages, different cultures, and different temperatures. The one that I mentioned, right?
Different humidity as well.
Exactly.
I
So
guess.
the culture shock, for example, right? How you actually adapt and adjust with like people with different cultures from you. Not only within the uni, like academic life, but also non-academic life, I would say. So, for example, now I feel like, okay, maybe when I actually meet new people from different race, ethnicities, okay, I think I feel more open towards differences, something that, honestly speaking, I didn't really get when I was here, honestly, because mostly I was exposed to fellow Indonesians, right? I didn't really have any interaction with people from different background, different cultures.
So the interpersonal skill would be developed.
Exactly.
Also the networking.
Cultural understanding, cultural awareness, and also I think in terms of, say, you are trying to start a new journey, work experience, for example, you're getting a job. Okay, moving from one job to another, I would say it's also easier for me to fit in with like different style. People's styles are different, right? Like the type of personality, interpersonal skills, really. Yes. And I wouldn't say that university in Indonesia is easier. No, definitely no.
Yeah.
Definitely no. However, like I said, maybe the challenge would be, or maybe not always challenging, I would say. It depends on the person. But for me, it was a bit challenging in terms of independence. So I was shocked to find out that I have to study about 60 credits per semester. Can you imagine that? 60 credits.
Ooh.
60?
Okay.
60 credits.
Wow.
I was shocked. Like, how many classes should I have in a day to have the 60 credits? Back then, that's what I thought. Like, I think here I only got like 24 credits maximum. And I found out that actually the way they do it in the UK is like you probably only have like 20 credits face to face, and the rest is self study.
It's research, yeah.
Seriously, self study. So that is why we are going to the class maybe just like morning to afternoon, yes, but then after that you have to deal with everything by yourself. That's why if you don't really have good self management, I think you could feel overwhelmed because nobody will like dictate you. This is what you need to do.
Also, you have to be responsible
Yeah,
for yourself.
exactly.
Yeah. No one will help you. No one will say anything about
Exactly.
you, whether you are doing good or not. And then so you
Yeah.
have to be responsible.
So during the exam week, for example, Miss, we all tried to go to the library. Library is usually open like 24 hours during the exam week, and it was always full. And people actually go to the library till midnight. Something that I never did here. honestly, I've never. Oh my god, when did I go to the library when I studied in Indonesia? I can't even remember, right?
Yeah.
But then having that kind of
Even the library, I guess, close at 7.
yeah,
Indonesia.
I think so.
exactly. So
I don't even know when the closing time of my library. I'm sorry.
Exactly. So that's something that I find, okay, so the spirit is actually different. The spirit, I would really see a huge difference there. Like, people actually are staying up all night in the library just to study or just to do their assignment. That is the first side that I experienced in the University of Manchester, at least. But I think listening to my other friends, Indonesian friends studying in the UK, they all, like, their universities also have something similar to that. That's why the spirit is really something.
So, Miss Yasmin, you always give me advice. So, I would like to really know. I'm really curious on what advice would you give to yourself?
The younger self.
The younger self. Yes.
Now that you're old. Sorry.
Oops.
You cannot go home safely after this.
My younger self, maybe I will say like, you do not need to regret anything for what has been done, because this is the correct pathway for you. I mean, like, becoming a teacher never become the first choices. No, never. My first choices, my first dream, becoming a doctor, failed. Okay. And then my second dream, becoming the R&D in food factory. Well, I ever try everyone, but it only for about 1 week, and then I resigned. I just think that no, this is not for me, so failed. And then the last one is becoming a teacher. I mean, like, those finally, when finally I find that spark. I mean, like, the spark to keep on continuing until it's already like, I think 16 years or 17, I guess, because this is 2026, right? Yeah, it's already. No, I mean, like, this is 2026, right? I started in 2009, so it's already more than 15 years,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah,
Wow.
right? 16 years.
17 years.
Yeah, so that's why but anyway, I'm still lack of experience, still learning everyone to become a good teacher. So, that's my advice to my younger self. This pathway as a teacher, in fact, for me, this is the best one that we will. If I were you, I mean, like, if I were me, like, a long time ago, just consider it as your first choice since the beginning. Then only that,
You,
I
Miss
guess.
Kay.
How about you, Miss Kay?
Yeah, although you're still young, what would you say to your younger self?
I'm still thinking on what advice that I would give to my younger self, but I think it would be something related to friendship.
Friendship.
Like, not everyone will stay. The friend in your university era will not be there for a long time. I think that
But my best friend's still there.
Yeah, but some of them, yeah, but the networking is very important. I think rather
Right.
than just
Yeah, of course.
what is that? Really thinking or spend your time more on the friendship drama. It's better for you to find the network.
The fact is, you need orang dalam, everyone,
Yes,
for many occasions.
yes, yes.
Um,
You don't have to be friend with them. I mean, at least you know them and have the contact and be nice to everyone.
Yeah.
Yes.
The point is, you need the networking.
Yeah, never close any doors, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point. For me, I think well, I'm still young, but I would say this to my younger self, okay? You've lived your life to the fullest.
Ooh.
Right.
And that's
So-
quite difficult.
Yeah,
To live
exactly.
your
So
life in the fullest.
you've worked hard, played hard, and I would say everything that you've done your best, basically. So no regrets,
Of
right? No
course.
regrets, and it's okay for you. You know, if you don't really know what to do yet at that moment, it's okay, right? It's okay for you to, you know, change your mind, change your dream here and there, because we never know, right? When we try something that initially we didn't really like me, right? It could actually turn out to be something that you would enjoy, right? And I personally would say to my younger self as well that you should always be balanced between your academic and non-academic life, because your life is not only in classes, okay? Your life in university, your life is not only in your classes but also outside of the classes. You learn from many other things as well. Life is, you know, a moment where you would always learn. So never stop learning. That's basically it.
You only live once. Okay. Okay, guys. So basically, this will be the last one for this session. Okay, for this episode, right? I have a very good advice for those who want to continue studying abroad. So my advice will be: you are lucky. That's the first one. You are lucky because you are living in a world of globalization, where all of the information you can get it for free, and then you have a lot of opportunity to study abroad, to continue study abroad. Compare with me, like 20 years ago, 22 years ago. So use it very well. Okay, use it very well, because later on in the future you are not just compete with human everyone, but you will compete with the AI, the artificial intelligence. So since the door has already opened for all of you, the door for you to continue to study abroad, the door for you to learning more. And it can be all around the world, if I can say. So the limitation is already wiped out for all of you. So use it very well. And then the last from me is more to, from me, not from the book. Okay. The last from me is more to, since you are very lucky, use it well. And if you are my students, my students watching me by now, please try to reduce my headache, okay, by keep on reminding you your assignment, everyone, your assignment, your exam, okay? Because if I can say, you are very lucky. More too, because the information had already opened for all of you. So use it very well. That's all.
Yeah, from Miss Nabila first, I think.
Miss Kedia first.
No, you go first. As the student affair, I think I should be the last for that.
Why?
As the student affair.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, in my opinion, my advice for the students who are considering study abroad is starting to learn to be more independent, because maybe here you still live with your parents, you've got your mom, your dad telling you what to do, you've got your teachers reminding you to complete your assignments and all. That is something that you would not get anymore when you decided to live or study abroad. Okay, you should be responsible of yourself. Nobody, like no teachers, no professors would send you reminders to complete your assignments or submissions.
Coursework.
Okay, coursework. So yeah, I think that's number one, the most important one. Try to be more independent and more responsible of your own workload. And second, like my advice to my younger self, try to be balanced with both academic and non-academic life, because your life is not only in class. Okay, your experience studying abroad is something that, you know, is more than just studying in the uni, in the class. You know, you have many other stuff that you can explore when you study abroad. So join that club, join the activities, join the competitions, travel, see more people, meet more people, and gain more opportunities while you're abroad. I think that's from me.
Okay. As a student affair, I would suggest, yeah, pretty much the same or similar. I think you should be responsible, because your responsibility is not only for yourself. I mean, you also need to be responsible with the money that your parents spend. Your money, the money that your parents earned for you to study there is not an easy money, right? I know that you are filthy rich, but you still have to consider that maybe one day you will experience where you have to earn that own money. I mean, they would be there. I mean, if you see your parents are rich now, they have, believe me, they have struggled so much in the previous years for you to be there. And I don't want to help you to change the major or change the university or just drop out. I don't want to help you on that. So please be responsible. And for students who has a dream to study to the other countries' universities, and you're still not joining JAC,
We are here to help you.
please email inquiry@jacollege.com and we will be ready to help.
Yeah, of course. For those that really want to study abroad and don't know where to start, Miss Kezia will be there to help you.
Yeah, the email will be here. No. It's inquiry@jacollege.com. Remember that.
And you should know that there are many pathways for you to be able to study in university. So one of them is through JAC, definitely. Yes. So if maybe all this time you think that, oh, going to universities abroad is gonna be very difficult, okay, we have no access and stuff like that, you probably haven't seen us. That's
There are
why.
actually ways
Yeah, you
to go
probably
there.
haven't seen
Yeah.
us. But
Yeah.
once you see us, you would know that actually getting into universities abroad would be an option, right? Would actually be an option for you. And if you have already considered studying abroad, I think it's better for you to start earlier, since your high school years, for example, then you can prepare yourself better.
You will think that this is some kind of advertisement. Maybe yes, but the fact is studying abroad is not that difficult if you are coming to us. Okay, so we are here for all of you. Okay, and I think that's all, right? So please don't forget to subscribe and please put your comment about the three of us. Okay, and then you will meet us in your class on the next academic year. Okay.
So that's it. I think that's episode 3 of JAC'D Up. Wrap up. Thank you for watching, everybody.
Bye-bye.